Going on, everybody? My name is Vaughn with Global Everything Films, and this is another episode of Vaughn Advice. Now, in the last video I did, got some pretty good feedback, and it was titled 10 Ways to Improve Your Credit Score. So I pretty much want to keep that whole idea and concept going with giving y'all advice. But like I said previously, I only want to speak on stuff I got personal knowledge from and previous experience from. So this one I decided to title 10 Ways to Get a Job ASAP, which will pretty much lead me into my first tip, which is slow down, fill out everything. And I know what you're probably thinking. You know, you need a job like yesterday. You know, you got bills to pay, you got mortgage, you got child support, you got all these different bills you got to pay and do. So you're probably thinking, why would I tell you slow down? Some of y'all are doing some of the right things, but at the same time, you're doing some wrong things. So slow down and fill out everything. And that's when you do an application. Make sure you list everything, fill out everything, don't leave no empty boxes, blanks, none of that. So it might say, do you have any previous work experience? A lot of people check off yes, then they put nothing. You gotta think, a lot of employers are buying into your previous work experience. That makes you more valuable. So if I can't judge you off your look, none of that so far, I'm looking at your application. Where he work at? Do you have any references? Previous work experience? Any of those things that it says and requires on the application, put that down. Because that's what they're looking at. I done had applications that had that name, John Smith, but don't put no number. What, I'm supposed to look you up on Facebook? You know, slide in your inbox, your DM? No employer is going to do that. So fill out everything. Put your number down. You know, if you got any previous work experience, it doesn't matter if you was a maintenance man, maintenance girl, worked at McDonald's, Burger King, put that down. If you cooked on the grill, if you mop floors, it doesn't matter. Put all that stuff down, because all that stuff is going to be beneficial and helpful when it comes to landing your job. Tip number 2, ask for referrals. I see a lot of people on Facebook say, who hiring? Who hiring? Hey, bro, you know somebody hiring? You know, you talk to your homeboys and your homegirls about everything else, but when it comes to finding a job, you too afraid or you don't ask them. You know, they might be very cool with the boss or the manager or stuff like that. You know, so ask for referrals. It doesn't matter if it's on social media in person. I'm telling you, a lot of people on your social media might be supervisors. They might be managers. So ask some referrals will take you a long ways. And a lot of times they'll say, you know, once you fill out the application, just let me know and I'll get the manager or I'll pull it. You know, so ask for referrals. It doesn't matter. You know, you might not even like a person, but I'm telling you, the people you don't like or the people that she ain't cool with might be very close to managers and supervisors and helping get a job. So put your pride aside and ask for referrals. You ain't got to do everything on your own. Ask for referrals. Tip number 3, create a professional resume. Now, we very past those dinosaur days where you pretty much had to figure out how to do a resume yourself. You got websites now that'll pretty much give you a template to create a resume, and all you got to do is put your information down. It doesn't get no easier than that. If you don't know a website, go on Google. Resume templates, it doesn't matter what you're searching. I'm sure Google system was smart enough to pretty much do the rest. So create a professional resume. And if you don't want to go online and do it yourself, ask somebody. Go on Facebook. You know, who creates professional resumes? Somebody will respond. I'm telling you. And if nobody responds, you don't got enough friends on your Facebook page. Go find some more friends. It ain't got to be your actual friends, but just add people. You know, stop letting these roadblocks hold you back. So I'm going to tell you from my personal experience, it was a day where I interviewed like 10 people. And out of all those 10 people, one person came in with a resume, and I'm telling you, it almost blew my mind. You know, I'm like, damn, you know, it helped him stand out amongst all the applicants. So you got to think, stuff like that might be very small, can help you stand out amongst other applicants. Because that's all you're doing. You're trying to compete amongst other people to get that job. So create a resume. You know, and a lot of times when you do applications online, it has an attachment part where you just attach your resume to that application, and employers look at it. They're buying it to experience. You know, they're not buying it to you because they don't even know you yet. So your resume that has all your previous work experience, you know, references, all that stuff is going to play a good part in helping you find a job. Tip number 4, have as much open availability as possible. You have so many people who do applications and can't work on weekends and applying for Walmart or retail or Target or wherever. You know, and don't get the job and wonder why, because they can't work weekends or they can't work till 3 o'clock in the evening. But then you got Jose who can work all day every day. Who you think they gonna go with? And I just, thought of any name, but it doesn't matter who he is, Jose, Jonathan, Michael. If I'm looking at an application, I'm gonna go with that person who can work all day every day, opposed to somebody who can't work on weekends, who can't work past 5, who can't work till 7, or stuff like that. If you can't work weekends because you want to turn up and party on the weekends, maybe finding the job ain't for you. I'm telling you, that's what employers look at when they're going through all these applications. Oh, he can't work on weekends? Next. He can't work the 5? Next. So, have as much open availability as possible. Tip number 5, call and ask to speak to a manager. It doesn't matter if you call or go up there. That shows persistence and consistency. So, another example, I done had people that I interviewed call me and say, hey, what's going on? I'm just trying to follow up about the job that I, had an interview for last week. Have you made a decision yet? What's going on with that? And I might tell them, I might curve them and tell them, I'm still working on it, blah, blah, blah. But in my mind, it's making me think, oh, they really serious. They really trying to find a job. So if I interview 5 people that day and that one person called and does that, that helps them stand out. That puts them further amongst all the other applicants, because it shows me how serious they are. They ain't just do the interview and, hey, I'm gonna just let it ride. If they pick me, they pick me, but if they don't, they don't. Asking to speak to a manager, going up the job, that stuff plays a big part. And I ain't saying gonna be a stalker. You don't want to go up there every single day. You don't want to call every single day. But let a couple days go by and call. If still nothing, wait another week, call again. Eventually they're gonna choose somebody. But I'm telling you, it's a lot of people who have got jobs with that persistency. Because it helps them stand out amongst other people. So call and speak to a manager, or go up there if you have to. Tip number 6, dress professional to interviews. I cannot stress that tip enough. It doesn't matter if you have a job for McDonald's, Burger King. It doesn't matter. Dress professional to all your interviews. And that's from the head on all the way down. Now, if you got a lot of tattoos, I don't have that many tattoos, but if you got a lot of tattoos, you got this big one of a gun, you might want to cover that up for the interview. Now, I ain't saying cover it up once you get a job, but, perception is everything. How you dress, how you look. I'm telling you, before you even say a word, a lot of times employers can decide whether or not they're going to pick you or not. Little stuff like coming in and, having that big old serious walk and make them say, oh, I think he'll be good for the job, or she'll be good for the job. Hey, here's my resume. Oh, damn, he brought a resume. How you doing today? Shaking hands, your handshake, all that plays a big part. You don't even have to say a word, and they can tell whether or not you be good for the job. So they looking at you. They looking at how you dress. They looking at, what shoes you got on. They looking if you got a bunch of tattoos all in your arm. So dress professional. Tip number 7, be consistent when filling out applications and set weekly goals. That is very important. It doesn't matter, even if it's network marketing. You're not gonna find one person. You're not gonna find, your next sign up by talking to one person a week. You gotta set weekly goals. You gotta say, oh, I'm gonna talk to 50 people a week. So that concept goes the same way when you're doing job applications. You gotta set goals. It could be something small as 10. I'm gonna fill out 10 applications a week, and then as time go by and you see 10 ain't working, up that number to 20, then up that number to 30, 40. How bad do you want it? Ask different people. You know who hiring, and put all those different places on a piece of paper and just fill out applications. It could be 5 a day, it could be 3 a day, to all ultimately get to that goal of being 20 or 30 a week that you want to have applications for. So set weekly goals and be consistent. Don't just say 30 a week and you're only doing 5, or you're doing 30 this first week, next week you're doing 5. You're not going to never find a job like that. You got to be consistent. A lot of times people say, man, I can't find no job. I ask them, how many applications you doing? How many people you apply for? You got to go hard, because there's a lot of people who are doing that. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people who done filled out one application, next day they get a call back. That's a luck. It's just like, or maybe they ain't luck. It's just destined for them to get a job that way. But some people gotta go above and beyond and fill out more applications. Gotta do 50 applications, 100 applications in a month just to get one job or just to get one call back. Now, you know, timing is everything too. A lot of times that particular job that you fill out an application for is not hiring. So like I said, you just gotta be consistent and set weekly goals. Tip number 8, go to temp agencies and job fairs. And it pretty much is just like I previously said, asking referrals. You gotta go there and not just show up. You gotta network. You gotta talk to different people. You gotta show them how serious you are about finding a job. And even with temp agencies, a lot of times they will help you find a full-time or part-time job. It all depends. But if you don't take those extra steps, you'll never get that job. So go to temp agencies, go to job fairs, and once again, dress professional. Bring your resume. You know, print out about 20, 30 resumes because you don't know how many people is going to be at that job fair. So just go down to different places and talk to them and get them your resume. Hey, my name is Javon and I'm trying to find a job. I'm very serious. I worked at such and such. And they gonna say, you know, they might give you a contact person who to call Monday. It might be on a Friday. Hey, call this different person Monday. You never know. So taking those extra steps is going to help you find a job even faster. And even with going to job fairs, it'll give you ideas of places to apply for. So, but if you never go there, you'll never know. Tip number 9, keep the job you have until you find the one that you really want. A lot of people quit for no reason, and they don't even have a plan B. They don't even have another job. And then it takes them months and months and months just to find another job. So it doesn't matter if the manager getting on your nerves or your coworkers getting on your nerves or the pay ain't enough. I always tell people, some money is better than no money. $8 an hour is better than $0 an hour. So keep that job you got until you find a better one. I cannot stress that one enough. Even if you have a job you don't like and people you don't like there, nothing's going to be more stressful than you not having no money coming in, but you still got the same bills that you had last month when you had that job that you didn't really want. Tip number 10, stay clean from all illegal paraphernalia until you get a job. I'm telling you, a lot of people do not get jobs because they smoke too much. Now I know it's hard. I know, I get it. You know, me personally, I don't smoke, but I feel for the ones that do. Because I'm telling you, there's been so many people who have not got a job just because they can't pass a drug test. Background check is pretty much something you can't clean up. It is what it is, but your drug test is pretty much you just putting down the drugs, and at least till you find a job. You know, you can go back puffing and blowing once you get that job, but put it down till you get a job. You don't want to be that person who couldn't get that job that they really want just because they couldn't stop smoking for a couple months. I know it's hard. I know, I get it, but at least till you get that job, stop it. Alright, and that's pretty much all I got for y'all today. So I hope these tips help y'all out. If not, then my bad. But anyways, like I said, I hope these tips help y'all out, and I hope it help you finding a job. I know with Obama being in president, it has helped unemployment come down a whole lot more than it was previously. But a lot of people still can't find a job. So these are my tips to y'all, and hopefully help you find that job that you really want. So if you have to replay this video, please do. Write all this stuff down. You know, apply them to your everyday life and help you find a job. Don't just listen to the video and say, oh, the hell with that, and keep on doing what you've been doing, and you ain't find a job in months. You ain't find a job in a year. It's the little stuff like that that'll help you find a job even sooner than if you won't taking these steps. And y'all pretty much might have some more ideas that y'all can share with people who might be checking out these videos. If so, leave those in the comments. Like and subscribe. Appreciate y'all. This is Vaughn, Global Everything Films, signing off.